YouTube, I'm injured, and with that as well, I'm nearly bald. Don't ask me what happened. I woke up and my hair was gone. But no, welcome back to another video. Little bit of a story time today, and I suppose a day in the life as such, because yeah, my first ever Hyrox solo did not quite go the way in which I planned, but that is absolutely fine. I've been hit with a touch of adversity with this injury. Nothing that I'm not used to facing and overcoming. I've been left with a challenge in which I'm extremely excited for, and I've been left with a little bit of a redemption arc now as well, which has inspired me a hell of a lot going forward in my journey. So we're going to get round to it all today, but first we're off to the gym to train upper, so I will see you there. Taken the fattest L already this morning. Rocked up to the gym and completely forgot my headphones. Shocking, absolutely shocking. Quite like listening to a little bit of Vigorous Steve throughout my sessions. Not today though, not today. Muscle Heart do have slightly better tunes in Pure Gym though, so we can't moan. Oh my god, that is literally the weirdest feeling in my life. So since October 2024, right, so for over a year now, I've either had a taper fade or a mullet. So I literally just came back on the bench here, rested the back of my head on this bench, and it just felt different. I felt exposed. I felt the bench almost touch my head, like my full scalp. Really weird, really weird feeling. But yeah. Lads, I tell you as well, it's a sad one today for many kids that grew up throughout the 2000s, because tonight is WWE Saturday Night's main event, and it is John Cena's last ever wrestling match. That is heartbreaking, absolutely heartbreaking to say the least. For those of you that know me, I'm a huge WWE fan. I absolutely love it. It's literally, I swear every single gym bro geeks out on one thing. For me, it's WWE. Like, majority of gym bros, it's like Dragon Ball Z, it's Baki Hammer. For me, it's WWE. I fucking love WWE, right? John Cena's last match tonight. So, to the GOAT John Cena, you're not watching this, but thank you. Thank you for the memories. Thank you for making my childhood. Camo, VQ camo in memory of John Cena today. So yeah, if you want to shop at VQ as well, they do have an end of year sale. Code FIN for 15% off. Shameless plug. You say, oh no, literally just had to go to the front desk to borrow a pair of straps and lost property. So I forgot mine. I took mine out of my bag to make some space for what I needed to bring to Hyrox on my Hyrox race over the weekend. I feel like a kid that's forgot his PE kit, do you know what I mean? Oh yeah. Oh. Oh yeah. Oh. Right, YouTube, so we have just come off a pre-script call, learning all about the core today, which was actually quite fun, quite interesting, and made a hell of a lot more sense than the first 6 weeks did. We're currently on week 7, and after 6 weeks of learning a lot around the anatomy of the body, and majority of it going in one ear and out the other, I'm only joking, I've picked up a lot, but it has been very fucking hard. You virtually just get mind fucked for an hour each and every Saturday. There's a lot of information to take on. After all that though, we're now heading on to the principles of resistance training, and as of next week we're starting to go into the depths of exercise application, which is going to be fun, and it's going to be very, very interesting, so I'm excited for that. But no, I was going to take the camera home and outro this video when I get home, because it is quite quiet in this Starbucks right now, but I really can't be arsed, so I'm just going to outro the video here. But no, in regards to last weekend, Hyrox London XL, did not go my way, absolutely fumbled the race, to be fair. My time for my first open solo, 1:20.20, which was not the time I wanted at all. Bearing in mind I got a 1:05 at the Hyrox sim, in which I did, and yes, you do have to account for the fact that you don't have the rock zone at a sim, you don't. I got 1:05, so I was hoping for sub 110 in my first solo. Didn't happen, unfortunately, and there's no real excuses other than the fact that I just need to get better. I smashed the first half of the race, really enjoyed that. I got a good time on the ski. Push and pull went quite well, and then straight after burpees, I got up after completing the last rep, and as I started running, legs just completely cramped, so the rest of the race was virtually just a mind game, just to try and get over the finish line ultimately, which I did, but in a pretty poor time, to say the least. Now, bearing in mind, I think, or the average time for a Hyrox solo is around about 1:30, and I got 1:20, so technically I'm slightly above average, but for me, no, because I would class myself as an athlete at the end of the day. I've always been an athlete, so didn't go my way. I thought that was going to be my one and done, in all honesty, but bearing in mind on the build up to that Hyrox, I didn't have a clue where my journey was going to take me from here and what I was going to aim for from there on out. I feel like this is giving me a little bit of a redemption arc now, so I'm quite excited. But first and foremost, we got this injury to sort out. Day after the Hyrox solo, I was aching, as you normally would, because it's absolutely brutal for everyone taking the piss out of Hyrox athletes. Oh, you do Hyrox, what's that? Oh, no. Trust me, it's brutal. It's absolutely brutal. Try and do a fucking Hyrox, and trust me, you won't be having a good time. But no, woke up Friday, was in a hell of a lot of pain. Woke up Saturday, couldn't walk. Went to the GP because I wanted to get it checked out. And at first I thought it was like a minor sort of stress fracture on the shin, because that's where the pain was kind of occurring around. And it wasn't. It was my perineal tendons. I've basically fucked them. So the tendons that attach from your ankle to your lower leg, mine are basically fucked. So at the minute, trying to do this rotation here with my foot, it hurts a fair bit. Well, it doesn't anymore, but it did at the time. So I was on crutches over the weekend, and then I got back into just doing some light steps and going for some active walks on Monday. And coming into the weekend now, it's now Saturday, so exactly over a week now after my race, or exactly a week since I went to see the GP, it is feeling a hell of a lot better. She did say 6 weeks no running, but recovery seems to be going fairly well. So I'm going to get back on my feet next week, and I think slowly start to build up that capacity again in my runs, and start to, obviously, I mean, you're not going to lose anything after a week really, but I'm going to slowly get back into running and ease my way back into it. Like I said, I think with this Hyrox solo not going my way and having absolutely fumbled it, I feel like this is giving me a little bit of a redemption arc now, which I'm actually quite excited by. I'll be honest, I absolutely loved the weekend as a whole. My solo race, despite the fact that it didn't go my way, loved it. When I watched the boys do the relay, which I was meant to be participating in on the Sunday, but I couldn't for obvious reasons, loved it, loved the atmosphere. I love the whole sort of community there. As we know, my main objective is always physique development, and that will always be the backbone of my training when it comes to trying to build, retain muscle, and maintain a phenomenal shape year round. But I'll be honest, I have really been enjoying the runs lately. I have really been enjoying the functional work, the urge work, the Hyrox sessions. I've really been enjoying mixing in an element of that as well. So I think I'm going to get some races lined up next year. I have been in talks with a new coach, a Hyrox specific coach, and I'm going to be setting one very unrealistic goal for myself next year. But we'll talk about that in another video, because that is everything for now. But like I said, I'm inspired going forward. I feel like this weekend really kind of gave me some direction going forward. And yeah, I'm excited to see what 2026 will bring. So like, share, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff, and I'll see you in the next one.